Hello, comeback champions. I'm so glad you are joining us today. My name is Jalima Cook, and I am your barrier breaking business systems strategist. I'm committed to taking your business to the next level. Today, I'm going to be speaking with you about this topic. It is time to break the barrier and build your business. No more excuses. I'm going to say that again because it's a charge for everyone who is watching this and listening to this. It is time to break the barrier and build your business. No more excuses. Let's go. So, why am I the barrier breaking business system strategist? Quite a tongue tie, right? Let me first say, it all started because I have an odd draw. Some people would say odd to anything associated with administration. It's how I operate from the time I was a child up through now. And growing up through college, through years in seminary, I just learned, you know, something with this. So, so fast forward about 10 years ago, I decided I was going to start the process of launching my own business. And I put all my energy into using that very gift. Eventually, it grew into me consulting with business owners literally throughout the country and even sometimes internationally, offering them advice, different strategies on how to improve how their businesses were running. Eventually, it grew even more as I had clients who would refer me to their business partners, and I would have the opportunity to sit in boardrooms and sit in rooms with people that I personally would never have thought I would have had the opportunity to sit in. So I decided, I really think I need to do something with this. And I had quite a good group of clients who were cheering me on to say, let's go, Jalima, let's make this happen. I also at the time had to decide if I was going to continue to serve in church because I am an ordained reverend. I have an MDiv, and but I was called, I could feel the call, the tug to go into the marketplace because I have a heart, my passion is to go out and support and encourage and make sure entrepreneurs, CEOs, founders, whatever you want to call yourself, are not giving up on their vision. So if that means that they partner with me for a designated amount of time to come in for me to help them put proper systems in place for their businesses to run effectively and smoothly so that they can continue to grow, then I'm that person. It's something I'm passionate about. It's something that so sometimes my husband says, Jalima, you serve with everything in you. And that's just me. So that's why I literally earned the title of the barrier breaking business systems strategist because I do a lot of things when I work with these companies. So that's me in a nutshell. But let's dive into this conversation, okay? How are we going to break the barrier and build your business? No more excuses. We're going to start by defining 3 terms. Okay? Let me tell you this real quick. I have 4 kids. So when I'm not running my businesses and working in ministry and supporting clients and all those other things I love to do, I am also a homeschool mom. I homeschool all 4 of our children, ages 8 through 15. You can just do the math in there. And it is honestly an honor and a privilege, but please keep on praying. So I'm saying that because I am a teacher in how I do all things. I I'm starting with definitions because I think it's important that you get a pen and paper out and write down these definitions, okay? All right, let's go. The first definition, barrier. Why did I choose the word barrier? Well, because we're about to break some, so we need to know what we're breaking, okay? So a barrier is literally a fence or sometimes an obstacle that prevents movement or access. You see where I'm going? Because if we have barriers present in our business, we're definitely preventing movement and we're definitely preventing access to different opportunities, whether it's us going to the opportunity or the opportunity coming to us. So we're going to be talking about that barrier, all right? The next definition is excuses. Now, y'all getting a little bit of my, I'm a little bit, people call animated. Excuses are a pet peeve I have. Lord, they are a pet peeve, okay? I don't like them. And I have literally made it my life mission to identify them and then do everything possible to get rid of them. So with that said, what does the word excuses mean? Because I'm using it as a noun, okay? Excuses, they are a reason to put forward they are a reason put forward to conceal the real reason for an action. In short, excuses are hiding. They're preventing the truth from coming forward. They're preventing things from taking place. Their full purpose is to conceal and prevent. Conceal and prevent. And if anyone on here is from the good old Greek life, I'm not going to say what sorority I'm a part of. However, you also know what excuses mean. We're not having none of those here, okay? And I am literally the person that comes in to tackle them and to deal with them unapologetically. So what I am going to have you do, and I'm going to encourage you to do before the end of our time today, is to write down what excuses are preventing you from moving forward in your business. Good question. Question I had to ask myself. Now, my favorite, break. And now when I say break, I'm talking about breaking stuff. I'm talking about the literal separation, the cause of things to be separated into pieces as a result of a blow, think of a bat, shock, or a strain. Now, here's my favorite part of the definition, to interrupt. So here's the thing, if we're dealing with barriers and excuses over here, and then I'm coming in to break that, guess what I'm doing? I'm interrupting your regularly scheduled program to make some things happen unapologetically. And that's how I enter the room. And that's what I want you to do as we're moving forward. We're going to identify these barriers. We're going to identify these excuses. But guess what else we're going to do? We're going to get a bat and we're going to go to town. And we're going to put some things in place to break it up. Okay? All right. Now, I was doing some reading, which I love to do. And I love all things associated with history. And I've been reading a lot about George Washington Carver, mainly because it really bothers me the only thing they associate with him is peanut. I mean, really? He did way more than make some peanut butter, guys. And as I was doing research and watching videos and documentaries and digging deeper and talking to my kids, I was like, yo, I know we got a little different views about his approach to different things, but overall, I have serious respect for George Washington Carver. Okay, so let me just fast forward. Go do your research because I don't have time to do a history lesson, but I'm going to jump into when he arrived in the South. And I'm going to let you know right now, His biggest contribution to society, if you didn't know, was his contributions to agriculture, specifically in that Alabama region in the South, because he was born in Missouri. Now, when he arrived in the South, there were approximately 5 million Black farmers there, but only 1/5 of them owned any land. However, they all shared a common problem. They had an over-reliance on cotton as their main cash crop for that region. Also, their current system that they were using, their sharecropper system, it wasn't the best. And he saw it. And it resulted in the depletion of the quality of soil that was being used. And it kept the farmers in a steady place of impoverity. I can go so much more into this because I love myself some history, especially Black history, but we're going to move on. Now, Carver wanted to improve their system. Now, as I was reading about him, I thought about myself. When I go into these businesses, my goal is to improve their system. I only want to go in and make things so it works more efficiently, more effectively, so that the business owner can have a better quality of life, a better quality in their business, so that staff members can have a better experience at work. Carver was committed to improving this very system, because he understood his purpose. He understood his assignment. Let me ask you this. Do you understand your purpose? Do you understand your assignment? And if so, what is holding you back from making the necessary moves to get it done? Because here's the thing. There's a lot of things that George Washington Carver in this situation here could have used as a reason why he couldn't do what he did. Black man, Civil War era, so many things. But he didn't allow that reason. He didn't allow it to become an excuse to prevent him from moving forward. So now that you have your list of excuses and you've identified your barriers, are you going to allow them to prevent you from moving forward? I hope not. So here are some things I want you to think about. Your excuses as it pertains to building your business, or hey, you want to take it into your personal life, it works there too. But your excuses are robbing you of your purpose. We don't want that. I pray you haven't had this experience, but when something is taken from you, think about that. When you were born, you were given certain gifts, certain talents, certain abilities. You went to school, you improved yourself, you worked harder. And then to have something like excuses come in and rob you of it, to take the very thing that you were born to do, that you were created to do, that was put in you to do, that you trained to do, that you invested to do. Now you're going to allow that very thing to come in and rob you from obtaining your purpose. When you look at it that way, it makes you be like, oh, no excuses. Where's my bag? Where's my bag? Your excuses are robbing you of your purpose. Let's identify them. Let's continue to identify them, because we're moving this business forward. Now, I might get some backlash for this one. Stay with me, okay? There was a song out around the early 90s. Now, I technically wasn't supposed to be listening to it. My older brother was listening to it. It was a song called Time for Some Action. Time, spelled time for the number four, some S-U-M, action A-K-S-I-O-N is how he spelled it. And it was by Redman. Oh, child. Now, it was a typically known as like gangster rap song. Couldn't say any other words in the song growing up. But when I was working on this presentation for you all, that song came and I was singing, it's time for some action. And I was like, that song in my head. And it was like, it's time for some action. Let's kill these excuses. And I kept on saying it over. He doesn't say, let's kill your excuses, but that just kept on saying over and over again. And I love myself rap music. I love rap music, but mainly because I love poetry. But doing some research, I was like, it's got to be a different meaning to this song. What is it? What is it? What is it? And I did a little bit of digging and I found out, I was like, oh, Batman was being deep. He was actually using exaggerative language, like hyperbole. And it's like, he's speaking my language. I love the English language, undergraduate degrees in English. And I was like, this is powerful. The satire about gangster rap. I was just like super excited doing all this reading. And then I realized, oh, he's actually calling out other rappers. Oh, I get it now. It's time for some action. He was challenging them. He was bringing attention to the fact that hip hop was actually not about violence. It was not about the aggression. It was not about the gangster look that everyone was pushing and using to push down the importance of what the genre brought to society, to culture. But it was about creativity and self-expression. Like, oh, that Redman was deep. That Redman was deep. But it's time for some action, y'all. Let's kill your excuses. Because remember, your excuses are robbing you of your purpose. And of course, we got to make it happen today. Let's make it happen today. Stop saying tomorrow. Stop saying what you're going to do and get it done today. Please stop saying what you're going to do. Because here's the thing. Tomorrow's not promised. But at the same time, why you want to sit on an idea? Why do you want to sit on your purpose? Why you want to sit on the very thing that you were created to do when you can do it right now? How? I mean, you're like, I want to do that. I want to start today, but how? Here's what my good friend George Washington Carver said. He said, start where you are with what you have and make something of it. Let's think about that. Start where you are with what you have and make something of it. And then he ended it with never, never, ever, 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 ever be satisfied. Talking about never be satisfied. He's not talking about never be satisfied in the sense of like never happy, never showing gratitude. He's talking about never settle. You should always be striving for what's next. Once you reach that goal, great. Let's celebrate these wins. Let's go on vacation. Let's do what we do. Yes. What's next? Because here's the thing. Your business is not just for you, right? Your business is about your family and your children. And your children, let's remember, aren't necessarily just the children you give birth to. Who do you have direct connection to? Who do you have access to? Who have you influenced? Because here's the thing, George Washington Carver had no children. He had no wife, but he considered his students his children. You are building generational wealth for people that go beyond you. You are building your business for people that go beyond you. It's about answering people's prayers. You're a solution to people's problem. And by you sitting on it and allowing excuses and barriers to hold you back, you're preventing a people, you're preventing a neighborhood, you're preventing a community, you're preventing you, you're preventing your future, you're preventing generations from accessing the very thing that you're supposed to do. Open your mind, open your mouth, and stop allowing excuses and barriers to keep you safe. You'll never have what you don't pursue. Know who you are and walk in that very thing. Stop making excuses, and instead, let's make it happen. Did you know that 99% of failures come from people who have the habit of making excuses? Again, my good old friend George Washington Carver said this. 99% of failures come from people who have the habit of making excuses. We don't do habits over here unless they're habits that lead into good things. You want to be a part of the 99, you want to be a part of that one. I'm going to go for the 1% because I'm not trying to live my life in excuses because they keep you bound, they keep you stuck, and they keep you out of purpose. And we don't do that around here, and not me. So I want to invite you to visit my website. Information is below. I have some goodies there for you. I have developed a special tool just for you, and it's called Enough is Enough. Listen, when you read the title, picture of Jalima's attitude and all, enough is enough. It's time to build 7 steps to take your business to the next level. It's my guide, my gift to you, the visionary, the entrepreneur, the CEO, the founder. Let's do this, y'all. We got it. It's been an honor. Thank you for having me. I look forward to working with you. Bye.